Once again, welcome everyone. Welcome to Isha Training Solutions. So today, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about the course content that we are going to cover for this course journey. So what I will do, I will go through the content what we are going to learn in this course journey. So I'm expecting. Uh, Please stop me at any point of time if you feel like anything has to be explained one more time, or you need more clarity, or you are expecting something to be covered. All those things you can discuss. So basically today it is kind of introduction of the course content, and also you yourself can contribute like this is what my expectation, this is the reason I'm joining this session, like that we can discuss. Without wasting further time, I'll quickly open the course content first. And so, so the journey starts like this. Introduction. Anything that we are learning, we have to first understand what we are learning, why we are learning, what is our objective. So here, performance engineering we are going to learn. But the problem is, most of the time, many they do not have proper understanding about performance engineering means what. Performance testing means what? Performance engineering means what? What is our role? So that is the reason we added this first section, which is actually the introduction part of it. So performance engineering introduction. Performance engineering introduction. So basically, we are going to understand performance engineering means what. In performance testing, what we are doing. In performance engineering, what we are doing. That kind of understanding we are going to get in the first topic. And then life cycle, that is also very important, because any activity that we are doing, any activity that we are doing, we have to know right from the beginning till the end what are all the activities, or what are all the uh, individual section that are there. Okay, life cycle basically. Say like, if you talk about development activity, okay, so development activity, yes, software development life cycle, there is one life cycle is there. So similarly, software testing, yes, software testing life cycle, STLC, which is actually there. Say an example, performance testing, PTLC, performance testing life cycle is there. Similarly, in performance engineering, PELC, performance engineering life cycle, performance engineering life cycle we are going to do. So in this topic, what we are going to learn, right from requirement gathering or till the production monitoring, what are all the activities that are there, or the life cycle activities that are there in performance engineering, we are going to learn. So that is very important, right? Because anyone, if they are coming and asking you like, yes, performance engineering, I know, what is your contribution in that? In that way, we are going to say, yes, performance engineering means right from the beginning, these are the things that we are going to do. Requirement gathering means what we will do. Architectural review means what we will do. Testing means what we will do. Production monitoring means what we will do, like that. We are going to get that life cycle understanding. Life cycle understanding. That is very important. Anything that you are learning, start from the scratch. Yes, we are going to learn the life cycle. And then the next question will come from everybody. What are all the activities performance engineer will do? Performance engineer will do. So we are going to learn activities performed by the performance engineer, because that is important, right? So say like, we are going to become a performance engineer means where we have to start, what we have to learn, what are all the things we have to cover. That is very important, right? So for that, We are going to learn activities performed by the performance engineer. Activities performed by the performance engineer. That is also important. So that is what in the introduction part we are going to learn. We are going to learn basics or fundamentals of what is performance engineering and performance engineering life cycle. What are all the things that are there and activities performed by the performance engineer. Activities performed by the performance engineer. Okay. Okay. So fundamental done. Next, so we have to cover each and every layer, each and every layer. So basically, how I designed this course content. Okay, so we have entire breadth of technologies layers that are there, but we are going to start from each layer. Okay, right from application layer or database layer or front end layer, whatever. So this course content, what we are going to do, we are going to learn every layer, what is important, what are all the things that we have to taken into consideration, all those things we are going to cover. First of all, how we designed is that, like, yes, we are going to cover the application layer. Say an example, your application is actually developed in Java. Okay, so example, so what we are doing in the first thing, Java performance engineering concepts. Java performance engineering concept, when you're learning, the first thing that you have to focus on, the first thing is JVM architecture. That is important because your Java is actually running on where? JVM. All your Java software, Java applications and everything, where it is actually running? Running in the JVM, Java virtual machine, your Java virtual machine. So what we are going to learn in this foundation level, we are going to learn the JVM architecture. JVM architecture. Okay, inside the JVM, what are all the things that are there? Class loader subsystem means what? Method area means what? Heap area means what? Stack area means what? Or just in timer means what? All those things we are going to learn because that is very important. Anything that you are learning, start from the fundamental. So JVM architecture we are going to learn. We are going to learn JVM architecture. Next thing, once we are learning the JVM architecture, next thing is important. What is that? We are going to monitor the JVM. Yes, any application that is actually running, any software that is actually running, what we are going to learn, because of running that application, because of running that software, how the JVM is actually behaving, we wanted to understand. So what we are going to do, we are going to monitor the JVM. We are going to monitor the JVM. So for that we are going to learn with the different tools. Okay, there are open source option, there are commercial options that are there. So we are going to learn about a tool, utility tool called JVisual VM, and we are also going to learn one another utility tool called JConsole. Okay, JVisual VM, JConsole. Okay, JVisual VM, JConsole, these are the open source options that are there. Then what about the commercial option? Commercial option is YJP. YJP. That is actually your kit Java profiler. Your kit Java profiler. YJP. So we are going to learn about JVisual VM. We are going to learn about JConsole. We are going to learn about your kit. Okay, inside that, what are all the things what we are going to learn? See, during interview, these points are very important. Say, like, if you have an experience in monitoring the heap utilization, thread utilization, garbage utilization, so garbage collection basically. Okay, garbage collection. So when you are talking about heap, when you are talking about thread, when you are talking about garbage collection, that is very important. That is very important. So those concepts only we are going to learn through what? JVisual VM, JConsole, your kit Java profile. Okay, so we are going to learn from the scratch. Okay, heap means what, how it is actually utilized. Okay, heap memory means what, non-heap memory means what, all those things we are going to learn. Okay, through this utility tool, say like JVisual VM or JConsole, how we are going to monitor your heap memory. Example, typical example is, say like this is JVisual VM. Right now what I'm showing is actually the JVisual VM. So in JVisual VM, say like this is the heap memory, this is a heap memory. Okay, so this heap memory right now there is some utilization that is actually happening. So example, right now I'm monitoring my Tomcat server which is running on my machine. Okay, so don't worry, during our regular session I'm going to explain everything. This is a demo session, so at least I wanted to show you some sample. That is the reason we are discussing about this thing. So when you are monitoring your application, say like your application is actually running on Tomcat server, means example, right now I'm showing you a sample uh, Tomcat monitoring. So example, if I'm running one test, that test is actually hitting that Tomcat server. Okay, instead of doing it manually, I'm doing it through the script. Okay, yeah, I'm using probably a 10 users hitting my application. What is actually happening? I wanted to monitor it. So straight away, if I go and monitor the application here, okay, so definitely there will be some change in the memory utilization or something can be changed in the application. So look at here, straight away that CPU utilization is actually spiking up to 60%. Okay, the CPU utilization is actually straight away spiking up to 60%. Similarly, my memory utilization is also increasing. Okay, so this is a typical example, guys. Okay, so when users are increasing, that time your utilization of the CPU, your utilization of the heap memory, that is actually increasing. So what are all the things that we have to monitor? How you are going to say your application is actually healthy, or you are going to say your application is actually struggling for resources? So those are the things we are going to learn using this JVisual VM, using this JConsole, using your kit Java profiler, your kit Java profile. So basically these are the things that we are going to cover it in the JVM monitoring side. Not only that, internally there are memory utilization that is actually happening. Okay, your heap, how it is actually utilized. So we are going to learn about the fundamental garbage collection concept. We are going to learn about fundamental garbage collection concepts. Okay, garbage collection. Okay, what is garbage collection? Okay, so garbage collection means what? Okay, checking the referenced and the unreferenced objects and removing the unreferenced objects is actually called as garbage collection. Okay, I'll repeat again. Checking the referenced and the unreferenced objects and clearing the unreferenced objects is actually called as garbage collection. So you are going to clear unreferenced objects so that some new object will be coming in the system. That is the garbage collection concept. So how it is actually happening in Java? Garbage collection, how it is actually happening in Java. So in that place only I'm going to explain about what is young generation, what is old generation, what is perm generation, what is Eden space, what is survivor space, like that. Basic concepts we are going to cover. All the basic concepts we are going to cover. So with that, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn, yes, when we are running any Java program or Java software, the objects are actually created, and object creation where it is actually happening, how the memory management that is actually happening, all those things we are going to learn in the heap structure concept. Okay, so while we are learning about this garbage collection, I'm going to explain about minor garbage collection means what, major garbage collection means what, full garbage collection means what. Okay, that also we are going to cover. Okay, minor GC, major GC, full GC. And there is a concept called min memory, max memory. Okay, when you are running any application, a typical Java application that you are running, internally the memory is actually defined. What is the minimum memory, what is the maximum, what is the minimum memory, what is the maximum memory, XMS, XMX. Okay, even in this forum, any Jmeter performance testers are there, means you can easily understand what is this, because in Jmeter, if you wanted to run large volume performance testing, we have to manage our heap memory. We have to manage our heap memory. Okay, in this forum, anybody aware of this concept? What is min memory, max memory in Jmeter? Have you ever tried to modify heap memory in Jmeter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So actually saying, example, this is my Jmeter folder. So if I go to Jmeter Windows batch file, okay, Jmeter Windows batch file. Okay, if I scroll down, look at here, the XMS min memory and XMX max memory, and your max metasphere size. So min memory, max memory, by default they defined with 1 GB. In JMeter, by default they defined with 1 GB. Defined with 1 GB. So if you wanted to modify the value, yes, we can, based on the RAM that is actually available in our machine. We can modify the value and you can run the large volume performance testing. Okay, this is a concept. So this is not only for JMeter. I'm saying for any Java program that you are running, if you wanted to make more utilization of your system, so in that case, you can alter your heap size so that you can increase the capacity. You can increase the capacity. So that also we are going to learn during our regular session. I'm going to explain like what is this, how to modify that, where to modify that, and with that modification, what is actually happening. That also we are going to discuss. Okay, that is the heap utilization things. And there is a next important concept called different types of garbage collection. Different types of garbage collector, basically. What are all the things? Serial garbage collector, parallel garbage collector, concurrent mark and sweep garbage collector, and then G1, GC, garbage first, garbage collection. Okay, so we are going to learn about what is serial GC, what is parallel GC, what is CMS, what is G1, like that. And it's up to our decision making. Okay, which garbage collector is actually suitable for our application, we can use that. We can use that. So we are going to learn about all the concepts, and based on kind of say like I'm going to do a POC, and then I'm going to finalize this particular garbage collector is actually best suited for my application. Okay, so even just now I opened Jmeter batch file, right? Look at here. Jmeter is using what? Jmeter is using G1 GC, garbage first, garbage collection. So Jmeter tool, which garbage collector is actually using? G1 GC, G1 GC. So it's all learning. Okay, we are going to learn what is serial garbage collector, what is parallel garbage collector, what is CMS, what is G1. All those things we are going to learn. We are going to learn. So anyone, if they are asking like which garbage collector is actually we can choose, means yes, we can say directly we can say, but the best practice is that like do a small proof of concept POC, and then you can say okay, this particular garbage collector is actually well suited for our application, like that we can say. Okay, so different types of garbage collector we are going to learn, and then a fundamental about thread pooling concept in Java, and then JDBC level we are going to connection pool objects level we are going to learn. So, and then the very important concept starts from here, because everybody during interview or any forum, people will definitely see whether you have experience in doing the heap dump analysis, thread dump analysis, and garbage collection analysis. Okay, heap dump analysis, thread dump analysis, garbage collection analysis. So here in this course journey, we are going to learn everything in a detailed way with practical learning. So what we are going to learn, what is thread dump? What is thread dump? First of all, we are going to learn about what is thread dump. Thread life cycle, that is also important. So thread life cycle, maybe during interview people will ask life cycle of thread also. Thread life cycle, and what are all the different utility tool options that are there, and how to capture it and how to analyze it. That is very important. Analyzing the thread dump is very important. So we are going to learn about how to capture and how to analyze it as well. So thread dump analysis we are going to learn. Similarly, heap dump analysis. Heap dump, what is heap dump? And then what are all the tools and how to capture and how to analyze. That also we are going to learn in a detailed way. And then garbage collection. That is also very, very important. So how we are going to collect the garbage collection log, and how to analyze it, and what are all the techniques that we are going to follow. Okay. And then the next one is actually an understanding that is very much important. What is uh, out of memory error, or what is memory leak, and what are all the things that you have to basically understand with respect to that. So till here what we are doing, we are basically understanding about Java heap dump analysis, thread dump analysis, garbage analysis, out of memory, memory leak, everything we are going to learn. Okay, we are touching first layer, which is actually the app layer. And then next is important, right? What is next? Infrastructure layer. Infrastructure layer, because right now this particular layer many they are not doing. Right now in the industry also many they don't know how to do it, or they are not even doing it. So that is the reason what we are going to learn. We are going to learn about infrastructure monitoring. Infrastructure monitoring. So infrastructure monitoring, what are all the things that we are going to learn? We are going to learn about Windows Server monitoring and Linux server monitoring. Both the things we are going to learn. Infrastructure monitoring, what we are going to do, we are going to learn about Windows Server monitoring and Linux server monitoring. Both the things we are going to learn. In Windows Server monitoring, there is a concept called perfmon, performance monitor. In short, it is actually called as perfmon. So perfmon we are going to learn. On the other hand, in the Linux side, we are going to learn about vmstat, netstat, iostat, or there is one more utility tool called nmon utility tool. So that also we are going to learn. So all these we are going to learn, understand what we are monitoring, what metric we are monitoring, how we are going to report the problem. All those things we are going to learn with respect to the infrastructure level. We are going to learn with respect to the infrastructure level. So first layer, what I told you, app layer. Second one, what I told you, it's actually infrastructure layer. That is very important, but right now many are not doing. We are going to learn about the infrastructure layer. I'll take a pause here. Any question, guys? Still now? Okay. So the next important layer is what? Database layer. Okay, database layer. So the point of learning that we are going to do is actually using Oracle DB, Oracle database monitoring. Okay, so I think many would have heard about a report called the AWR report, Automatic Workload Repository Report, AWR report. So in our learning, I am going to explain how to generate the AWR report and how to understand the AWR report. That is also important, right? Because with the report only you are going to say there is a problem or not, right? So that also we are going to learn. Okay, so the first one is how to generate the AWR report. That is important. And next one is how to understand the AWR report. Okay, so not only AWR report, there is one more report also available called ADDM reports. Okay, so that also we are going to cover. Okay, AWR report and ADDM reports, both the things. Basically, say there is a report that is actually generated and it is actually representing your database performance. And with that report, you are going to say your database is actually working fine or not. Your database is actually working fine or not. So that is covering the database layer. database layer. So till now what I covered? Java layer, infra layer, database layer. Okay, Java layer, infra layer, database layer. So the next one is what? Client side, front end, client side. That is also important, right? Right now, performance testers, those who, I don't know in this forum how many are performance tester, but performance tester, they are not focusing on client side because your tool is not providing the client side numbers. Your tool is only providing what? Your tool is only providing HTTP layer, server layer only, right? Because we are not considering what component loading, how it is actually loading, how much time it is actually taking. All those things we are not focusing. So in that case, client side is actually very, 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 very important. Client side. Okay, how your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, PNG, JPEG, GIF, all those, how it is actually loading in the front end, right? So that is actually important. Even your page painting, page rendering, that is also important, right? So we are going to learn about that concepts also. Your client side concepts also we are going to learn. We are going to learn understanding your front end performance metric. That is important because you are not only say, so when you are loading your application, I mean manually, when you are loading manually, that response time is actually what? Summation of client side number, server side number, DB number. But when you are doing it through performance testing tool, what is actually happening? You are not considering the browser layer at all. You are not considering it. So because of that, some subset of information that you are missing, some subset of information that you are missing, so that we need to focus on, that we have to cover using what? Client side monitoring. So we are going to learn client side monitoring front end component, and then common client side problem that are there in the industry, and then browser rendering, how it is actually working. Okay, basically your JavaScript, your CSS, your HTML, how it is actually loading basically. That understanding also we are going to get it, and we are going to learn about three different tools with respect to the client side monitoring. We are going to learn about three different tools. What are all the things? We are going to learn about Chrome DevTools. We are going to learn about Chrome DevTools. That is, I mean, very easy, which is readily available. Straight away, you are going to launch your application and then do your learning. So that is actually your Chrome DevTools. Second one is what? GT Metrics. That is actually one of the tool, web-based tool, which is actually available. Using that, what we are going to do? We are going to do the client-side monitoring. We are going to do the client-side monitoring. The third one is what? Your web page test. Web page test. That tool is also we are going to use for our client-side monitoring. Okay, so basically what we are doing in this section, front end layer, your browser layer we are covering. Your browser layer we are covering. And then, so we touched all the layers. There is a concept every developers they are doing called profiling. So in our course content, what we did, we are adding that also, profiling, how to do profiling. Okay, so how to do code profiling, code level problem, how you are going to find it, which line of code is actually having the problem. So already we learned about one tool called your kit Java profiler. We are going to learn about another tool called what? J profiler, Java profiler. So that also we are going to learn with example. With example, we are going to learn about the tool. And then everybody is actually expecting this. Everybody they are expecting this. What? They wanted to learn about one APM tool. They wanted to learn about one APM tool in the industry, which is familiar APM tool in the industry, which is actually what? Dynatrace. We are going to learn about industry familiar leading APM tool, which is actually what? Dynatrace tool we are going to learn. So how you are going to monitor your infrastructure, how you are going to monitor your client side, how you are going to monitor your app layer, everything we are going to learn in this section, which is very, 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 very important because now the industry's expectation bare minimum bare minimum you should know one performance testing tool and one APM tool. One performance testing tool and one APM tool. Okay. So anybody, I mean, I don't know in this forum anyone is actually searching for job and all, but anyone, if you are searching for a job or anything, if you see the job description, if you go and see the job description, definitely one performance testing tool and one APM tool will be there in the list for sure. For sure, one performance testing tool and one APM tool will be there. Predominantly it is Dynatrace. So that tool we are going to learn. We are going to learn Dynatrace in this entire course journey. We are going to learn about Dynatrace also. We are going to learn about Dynatrace also. Okay. And then finally, what we are going to do, we are going to learn about usual production problems. Okay, CPU related, memory related, response time related problem we are going to learn, and how to analyze your production load. Okay, that is also important, right? So those who are actually creating your workload modeling, you should have a basic understanding about log analysis also, right? So that part also we are going to discuss. That also we are going to discuss. So if you look at the course content, we are giving a one introduction, and then Java side we are going to learn, infrastructure side we are going to learn, database side we are going to learn, client side we are going to learn, and we added concept of profiling tool, and we added concept of APM tool, and we are giving the problem statements. I mean, in real time, what are all the CPU related problem, or what are all the memory related problem, or what are all the response time problem that are coming, right? That all going to cover it. Okay, I'll take a pass here. Any question, guys? Tell me.
Sir, can you please go up to the fifth module?
Yes.
So in the client side performance, you have mentioned here, stating that like performance tools will not capture client side response. So without client side response, how will you get response, sir? I have a small doubt about.
See, so I'm look at here. This image is there, right? This image I'm right clicking, copy image address. Okay. So
Okay.
when you are recording your script in performance testing tool, it will record like this only.
Hmm. Yeah.
URLs will be there. Okay. If I
Yeah.
click enter, what is happening? This image, what is actually happening? This image is actually loading, but where it is actually loading? In the center. But in the real time, this image is where? In the left corner. So your performance testing tool will only load the URL. That's all. It will not
Okay.
determine like it has to go in the right, left, lower, bottom. No, it is not having the brilliance to do that page painting, page rendering time and all. It will only load the HTTP URL. That is the behavior of every performance testing tool. Okay, so in that case, so we are not completely covering the client side layer. I mean, your page painting, page rendering, your static component loading, all those things we are not covering it in the performance testing tool. Okay, maybe somebody can claim me there is a protocol called true client protocol, but even then I'm saying that is not the true representation of what is actually happening in the browser, right? So in that case, HTTP protocol, those who are using HTTP protocol, they are completely missing this client side behavior. So we are going to use these tools. I mean, Gmetrics or your web page test or your Chrome dev tools. There the behavior you are capturing, and we are measuring the complete response time inclusive of the client side component load. You are able to understand, Magesh?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And one more point, like, so here we are completely monitoring all Java applications. So when in the real time, when we want to switch our career to any other company, so they're following Python code and all. So does these concepts will help over there?
That is the point here. Any fundamental things that you are learning, definitely that ideas and knowledge can be leveraged in other places also. Okay.
Okay.
And what is the challenge for us is that if I add Python, if I add Node.js, if I add .NET like that, the course content will become lengthy. The time to complete is also will become lengthy. So that is a challenge. That is the reason we 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 went on with the leading technology, which is actually Java, and that is how we prepared this course content, Magesh. But
Okay.
the concepts or the ideas that we are doing here definitely will help you to learn the other aspects also. Okay, so this is kind of that we wanted to give a eye opening things, because someone will have the problem like where to start, what to start, kind of things. So that is the reason we covered all the layers. We covered the leading technologies, leading softwares, leading concepts and all. And so the journey will start from here, and we can move on. That is the idea, Manish.
Okay.
Yeah. So this, just a minute. So where I am, yeah, this is actually a weekend training batch. Okay, this is actually a weekend training batch. This is for the weekend learners actually, because maybe weekdays will be little occupied and busy with stuffs, and then maybe for the learners who showing their interest to learn in the weekends, this batch is for weekend learners. So this is actually uh, planned by 7:30 to 9 o'clock. I mean, Indian time, I'm saying 7:30 p.m. to 9 o'clock Indian time. 1.5 hour Saturday and 1.5 hour Sunday. Okay, 1.5 hour Saturday and 1.5 hour Sunday. The other timings are actually mentioned here in the screen. So 1.5 hour Saturday and 1.5 hour Sunday that we are planning, and the course journey is actually for 25 plus hours of session. Okay, 25 plus hours of session. That is what is actually planned. So 1.5 hour Saturday and 1.5 hour Sunday we are going to learn. Okay, this is for weekend learners. Saturday, Sunday alone we are going to have the session. Weekdays holiday. Okay, and those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. This is Kumar sir number. Okay, this is Kumar sir number 8019952427. I'll copy paste this number in the chat. Okay, you guys can take it. Okay, so 8019952427 is number. So those who wanted to enroll your name for the course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. Anything that is related to course content, course timing, course fees, anything that you wanted to discuss, you can reach out to Kumar sir for further information. 8019952427 is number. Really sorry, unfortunately it actually is supposed to start yesterday. Because of a small injury, I couldn't make it yesterday. So today we have our demo, right? So from next Saturday we'll have our regular sessions. Day one will be from next Saturday. We'll start from the introduction part of the performance engineering things. So those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir for further information. And all the softwares, artifacts, supporting documents, and everything we are going to share through Google Drive. Okay, you can download and then you can use it. It is through the Google Drive we are going to share all the artifacts. And all the sessions are actually recorded. Every session is actually recorded. Okay, all these sessions are actually recorded, and we are going to share these videos in the YouTube playlist URL. And these videos you are going to have it for lifetime access. Lifetime access will be given. So not a problem if you are missing any particular day because of certain commitments or certain issues. If you are unable to have your session, you can watch the video and then you can come back and you can ask your question. These videos we are going to share it through YouTube playlist URL, and you are going to have the lifetime access. Okay, so all practical learnings will be there. All industry best practices we are going to discuss. All interview questions we are going to discuss. All things are actually covered. Just a minute, we got a question. What level of Dynatrace will be? See, Dynatrace, if you are learning this, definitely you can use it for your root cause analysis. you can definitely use it for your application level problem identification, everything you can use it. Okay, in that way only we are covering. Okay, in the depth level only we are covering. So basically we can make use of it. Load runner. May I know
I
why
would
we are
just
asking
want
for load runner? Sorry, Jayanta.
just one question. Sorry to interrupt. Like in our current project that we are using the Jmeter for the performance testing in every sprint and sharing the report to the relevant customer. So they come out with that like how we can do the performance optimization because they have a SLA for each of the transaction. So through this performance engineering, like we can find out the root cause, no? Like why this is happening, and then share that to the development team.
Correct. Correct. That is the objective. That is the objective. And I wanted to put a disclaimer here. The level of access that you are having is also important. Okay, it is not that you don't have access, you don't have visibility into any layer. In that case, certain challenges will be there. But if you have access and everything, yes, that is the objective of learning this performance engineering concepts. We are going to identify the problem. We are going to provide our observations and recommendations. That is what our objective of learning this course itself. Jayant. Okay.
Sure, got it. Because in our last discussion, client mentioned about the Dynatrace, so definitely that will be helpful. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So LoadRunner will be covered. So, see, LoadRunner is basically a performance testing tool. Okay. So, anyways, that is actually a separate learning. In our course journey, we focused on engineering concepts for the load purpose alone. Okay. I mean, instead of single user, I wanted to hit it with 10 user, 100 user. For the load purpose only, I used JMeter. So if you wanted to load using load runner, we can use that. Okay, the performance testing tool is only for giving the load to check the problem statements. Okay, so load runner is not part of this course journey. Uh, Actually, saying Jmeter is also not part of it, but we are using Jmeter for providing the load to the system. Load runner is a separate course that is available in Isha. You can reach out to Kumar sir. I think in the near future we are planning to start a load runner batch also. Okay, thanks for asking question, Tushi. Yeah, so those who wanted to enroll for this course journey, please reach out to Kumar sir. 801995247 is number. So from next week we are going to have our day one session. Only the enrolled learners will be part of it. So you wanted to learn without having any gap, please enroll yourself for the learning this. Okay, thanks for joining the demo session. Thanks for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and experience with you people. Thanks for joining and have a nice day. Bye bye.